Welcome to the Listening Platform, where we slow down, reflect, and ease into meaningful conversation with ourselves. I am Guru Subramanian Swaminathan, a coach for life. In this space, we are embarking on a journey to listen deeply to the stories of ordinary people living extraordinary moments. Because I strongly believe that moments become memories with just a dose of intention. So take a deep breath, lean in, let's listen now.
But I always feel that these are the things, if parents are able to get hold of, 90% of their questions will end, if not more. Okay, because if a report, for example, says that he or she is doing great in English but would benefit in,
Okay.
every sentence, Guru, which starts with would benefit further with, will benefit more with, can enrich or can focus doing these, all those things. As a parent, what I used to do for my daughter, I can tell that because I cannot say what others should be doing.
Correct.
I have kept
Personal
myself to that. We used to Xerox the school report because I cannot put a highlighter on the original. Okay, then we used to highlight right from, I'm doing this right from year 1,
Okay.
if not kindy. So year 1 report, okay, this is what they want her to improve. Those things we have to see that they are not repeated in the end of year report, because if they are repeated, you don't have a right to ask the teacher, can you tell us what she is doing or what he is doing.
We have not done the homework.
Exactly. You always get the school report before the parent teachers meeting.
Okay.
And you will find 99% parent asking, how is my daughter doing, how is my son doing, is he good in class, is he completing the homework? Okay, 5 minutes done.
But actually we get only 5 minutes. So what you are trying to say is that you should utilize that 5 minutes for something else, which is not in that
if I have done this homework and I have picked up those points and I have put in front of those questions what I do for my child in those aspects, my question would be, ma'am or sir, whoever it is, this was pointed in the school's report. We have been doing this to improve it already. Can you suggest us what better we can do?
Excellent. That's really a practical, probably a takeaway for the parents, right? I think doing the homework on your report, that's very, very important.
People, Guru, Asians specifically, they come to Australia with a mindset, Australia, there is no study, there is no tension of, there is no stress of study. So we should be relaxed, the child should be relaxed. It is not like back home. Okay, I agree that stress part is not there. But if you see SIAMO exam, for example, Southeast Asian Mathematical Exam, where does it start? AMC, ICAS starts in year 1 or year 2. Getting it? So when I say that the CV of child in Australia starts to be created from year 2 onwards, it is all these aspects. But somewhere there is a myth going on that till year 3 plan you should not be worrying at all. OC is not for everyone. You should not attempt that. OC is not for everyone and you should not be doing that. What will the child put as a goal in year 4? Tell me one school exam that is there, major one, other than OC in year 4.
There is nothing, even if you take up to year 6, for example, right?
Yeah. Selective.
That's the only
year 3 you have got NAPLAN, year 4 you have got OC, year 5 you have got NAPLAN, you have got year 6 selective,
correct.
You have got year 7 NAPLAN, there is nothing technically in year 8, then again year 9 NAPLAN,
and then 10th and HSC.
We feel that we know our child very well. In fact, the statistical collection of data in Australia is so good that they know your child more than what you.
Okay.
Now, this might come as a surprise. Do you know there is something called as an SRN, student registration number?
Yes.
They record everything on that number for that child.
I think they get something after year 10, right? ROC or something like the record of.
So I was surprised when my daughter logged in her NSW library record. The first book that she had borrowed from the library, how many days she read it, what was the last reading level in Kindy. Everything is recorded. All your school reports, all your NAPLAN reports, all your OC reports, everything is recorded. So you can't just go and say that I know my child better. How he or she cannot get into OC or selective? No.
The entire history is available.
Exactly. My point is that if we travel this journey with the child, we will have a far smoother journey. And everyone can do it. It's not that because I am in this field or because some parents are only interested, they only will be able to do this. No, everyone can do it.
I think if I take your example, you are not in this field. You have come from a different field and doing it here basically, right? I just have one thing which is related to parents, right? See, now everything is like going fast. It's like the attention span is very less for parents and very less for students also. Specifically with the students, let's say high school students, how do they cope up with the current whatever is happening in, like, say 2025? What strategies they can use?
Very good question. 90% of this is a gift of the devices, because when you use a device, the dopamine level goes up and the attention span is only till the time that a cartoon is going on or things are going on. If you remember, the games that we played as kids were mostly in the park or ground, outside, and that too after a certain amount of work or academics is done.
Correct.
Getting it? So it was like a small reward for us. Getting it? So we used to look for those things, that I have a cricket match on Sunday. For that I have to finish everything and I have to be ready. Here, what we are first missing, and we need to understand, it's not parents' fault totally. Here there is no social structure that we had back home. Okay, back home I was not blessed to have a joint family, but I've seen my friends who were part of joint family. Okay, so mom is busy or dad is busy, the cousins take care that I'll see that his homework is done, or the uncle is teaching, but he's good in maths, so he'll be doing that. Somewhere or the other you had support and it was done. Here, being a first generation migrants, both of us are working. Parents can come down, adjusting to the atmosphere here, the weather here, probably 6 months, 7 months, probably not when you actually need them academically. And again, kids here speaking mostly in English. Most of them are not fluent in mother tongue. Good if they are, but even if they are, they like not to speak. Why is grandma, grandpa not able to speak in English? Just addition on this, I suddenly remember, sorry, I have tracks.
We're doing this for more insights, right?
Being when I was a university tutor, the quality or the enrichment of the assignments, especially which are essay based, which involve more, because I was in the public health side, which involves more experiences from the different layers of the society.
Okay.
Students who have actually seen all the 6 or 7 layers of a society, right from downtrodden, which we call homeless in India or in Asian countries, and what we see as homeless is totally different level. So if you have been able to experience all those 6-7 layers, right from intense poverty to affluent richness, then you are able to write about all those layers. Here mostly there are 2 or 3 layers in the society, that too because we are in contact with a single layer type thing, they are not able to appreciate the difference.
Exposed to many things.
Exactly. And that is where the demanding nature comes in. When we used to see our friends from slums getting to the same school, not having a proper bag, we used to understand that no, we are blessed to have parents who are able to provide us with everything possible. Here you cannot even show that example.
Correct, that's right.
Getting it? So when a child, right from when the child is in pram, has an iPad in front, and you expect that child to have a fantastic span of understanding and everything, aren't we expecting a lot?
But in this case, right, I think it's not about just Australia or...
No, it's everywhere now.
It's around, like, let's say COVID, and even before that, I think probably from 2015, 2020, number of devices have increased in the home. And there are like iPhone babies basically, right? They're born and brought up with iPhone. And that's what is a generation which is coming.
The television is in the living room. Every child comes in, switches it on, plays it.
Correct.
I'll tell you a fun fact. I've been in Australia for like 10, 11 years now. Back home, after marriage, around 6 to 7 years, we don't have a television at home. Reason being simple, it should not be an idiot box that whoever is free is switching it on. Because television is something which attracts everyone in the house,
Correct.
irrespective of whether they have time or they don't. Don't we have breaks or enjoy our entertainment? Yes, we do. But it remains, I believe. Again, it is my experience.
Every family is different.
Yeah, I believe it is limited when you are only got devices, not the big screens.
Okay.
That's
So what is that kids can do? So that I think mostly parents would be hearing to this, right? What is it they can do to the kids so that
when you sit with your child, are you with your mobile or without a mobile? That's the first question to the parent.
okay?
If the parent is sitting with the child with mobile, what is the child taking in?
Going to be with mobile.
Number one. Number two, child has enormous energy which is not been utilized. Okay. What can you come up other than your stress of work to do so that the child is engaged? Don't we have board games? Yes, we have board games. Don't we have something like Sudokus? Yes, we have. Don't we have Mensa type puzzles? Yes, we have. Don't we have riddles which can go on, or something which can be done creatively? For example, I tell my students,
Okay.
we use a certain online portal for English and maths. I tell my students always that before you go to school, even if it is 15 minutes,
Okay.
wake up, do those questions and then go. In maths, when you do 15, 20, 30 minutes of maths in morning, whether it is online, whether it is on paper, brain gets activated.
Okay.
So when you enter the school at 9 o'clock, and probably the first half is where the most questions or the exams are scheduled, because the
That's correct.
kids are fresh. Students who have got this activated, they are able to perform better.
I mean, that's I think probably one of the best practical suggestion I have heard, because as you rightly said, both parents are working. It's so most of the time it becomes like, okay, let's start to work, let's start to school, let's start. It becomes like a race game to start with, basically. But probably like that's something even we can implement.
Take a thing that, okay, if I wake up at 8:30 for a 9 o'clock school, I stay just next door, sir. So will I not be able to reach my primary school? Yes, you will be. But will you be in your best mindset?
To receive information
Exactly.
may not be. Okay. Thank you so much for that. I have one more with respect to probably I think we are covering more of families also, right? See, from education perspective, I know marks, ranks, everything is certainly important, but from the family, from the kids' perspective, right? Do you provide any bigger picture, or does anybody ask you the bigger picture? For example, when we say selective school, some people are like stuck with, okay, clear it first and then we'll see which school, basically. Personally, I have also learned it's not about just the exam. You have to go through the entire school list, what that each school provides, and then decide what is there for your.
If I ask you just one question on based of this,
please.
What were your criteria of selecting whatever school your child is in? What were your criteria basically?
So if you ask me personally, one is we want to give my son the confidence that whatever the effort he has put, there is a result for it, basically. So we selected school mainly on that particular criteria. We all got different comments saying that no, you should have selected some other school, but that's different parents.
Yeah.
So our criteria was very clear, basically. We made a mistake. We as parents, we made a mistake specifically for the OC. We didn't know how to select a school.
I have a session on that.
Certainly. We didn't know how to select a school. And as you rightly said, that was the first exposure, competitive exam which the students go through. NAPLAN is not competitive. So OC is the first competitive
I
exam.
believe even when your child was there for appearing for OC, the marks were still there.
It was there.
It was there,
It
right?
was there. It was there.
Because I remember my daughter missed OC by 10 marks.
Okay.
And when I analyzed it as a teacher, as a parent, I was like, she's not getting that enrichment in language, mainly because my choice of suburb. Okay, whatever suburb we were in, it was a monotonous community or a same community throughout.
Okay.
Because of which, what locals can speak or what local kids can write, what do they mean when it comes from inside as an enriched language, what do they mean said is dead, Every kid is taught, don't write said. Said is dead. How come kids get it naturally not to use said, but to use bellowed and shouted or any other word which can be used for said naturally without anyone even telling them? Obviously, it has to be when your mother tongue is English, when your community background is full of people who have their mother tongue as English, or you have friends who are third, fourth generation Aussies who, even if they belong to Asian community back home, now it is like a mother tongue.
All these things.
Okay, this was missing in that suburb, and because of which she was not able to go up a level in language. Maths, because Asians are good in maths. Parents are keen on getting that maths thing in. Obviously, even my child was good in maths. Issue was because we had the same community, everyone was good in maths. So she was not getting the appreciation for being good in maths.
That's taken for granted.
Exactly. Because everyone is doing good, why will you be appreciated?
Okay.
So when we changed the suburb, when we analyzed after the OC test, we analyzed this, that can I make a change as a parent to go to a suburb where these things are going to be considered and solved.
And there is no specific training required, just moving itself is required.
Because 35 hours of your child's active academics in a week is done at school.
Correct.
35 hours of the remaining is done at home. Now, if you cannot provide that environment at your home because your mother tongue is different,
correct.
Whatever entertainment programs you watch are in a different language, correct. And you are expecting now, but you should be writing a good persuasive and narrative.
There's no environment for them to learn. Either you have to coach or be in the environment.
Once in year 5 when she started in that particular suburb, and again numbers game. Okay, we go by ranking. XYZ school is ranked so higher as a public school. Let's move to this suburb. Okay, that suburb, that school was not even ranked till that high. Okay. The point was, because my child got what she had missed, she was appreciated for her math skills.
Okay.
In those 2 years, her English improved. I am proud of her the way she writes today. I need to take out a dictionary and see what exactly is that meaning. Why has she used this?
That happens for Max, for me also. It's completely
exactly
different.
So now, when we have achieved this, I feel that my priority or my stubbornness of staying in that particular suburb would have costed her. She would have probably had a very good upbringing had I not stuck to the general routine. And no, we are from this side of the world, so we are staying in these suburbs.
Got it.
Instead of that, if I would have mixed with the Australian fabric of education, being a part of it,
it would have been different.
It would have been a different story.
So that's a bigger picture where parents have to take.
That is see, where we are located today, from there to your place or where we were staying before, it takes 10-15 minutes. Am I missing anything? No. But what benefits what goals I had kept for me to come to Australia were achieved when we made that move. So what I am saying is, every child's requirement might be totally different. I want parents to have a look at the diversity that they have. Okay. Whether it is in suburb, whether it is in the school, and what is that going to benefit your child.
Because they need to do SWOT analysis sort of thing they have to do and understand what the kid has at this point in time and what is missing and how do you bridge that gap.
I don't say any area is bad or any school is bad. No.
It's up to what you want.
Exactly. We are happy with our community. Everyone is.
Okay.
But the point is, if this was the requirement, what was different back home? There are so many schools out here which, if picked up and kept back home, they will easily mingle. They wouldn't have any issues. What we had heard about Australian fabric of education, are we actually experiencing it?
That's a big question. We will leave it as a question for the parents to think through.
Obviously.
is there anything you want to say about the high school? I think we have covered more of primary.
High schools, I want parents to actually understand that there is no other country which I have seen or I have heard which gives so much of variety as high schools in Australia. Okay. So what we have heard is we have got Catholics, we have got grammar, we have got private schools, we have got semi-selective, we have got selective. That's it, period. Let's start. There are language schools. Strathfield Girls, Prairiewood. Prairiewood is a semi-selective, it's a language school.
What is a language school?
Language school, they have got good quality teachers for international languages. Students who want to do journalism in future, want to do extension languages, want to do graduation in languages.
Just one point. Thank you for telling that. I think it's for everybody to think through, right? I think when we discussed about selecting a school for your kids for high school, these discussions or these thought process has to happen in probably year 5 or year 4 itself, actually, not in year 7, because you lose the opportunity to put your kid into, for example, Prairiewood School, which is language as
well as semi-selective
also, right? So that's very important.
Again, you have got sports schools. Hill Sports School is there. Westfield Sports School is there. I've got so many sports schools around. Then you have got Kappa schools, creative and performing art. Northmead is a Kappa school. You have got Sydney Conservatorium of Music. One of the best schools that you have. The point is, it's not only academics. And we need to understand that. I was blessed to have a student when I was doing one-to-one tutoring way back before I started Brilliant. So he stays in a suburb closer to Box Hill side, and Indian by origin, but an excellent tennis player. He used to casually visit the school when the tennis tournaments were on. He used to travel on his own, asthmatic tennis player, but by year 5 probably had won around 40 medals in tennis.
Oh my God, that's
national ranking in tennis. Getting it? This is what is possible. When I see parents around, oh, my child does cricket, my child does soccer. Good, great. What is the plan of action till year 5? Are you just getting those 2 hours to be free and be with your wife? Or are you actually seeing a progress in your child? Are you sending your child to soccer or chess or badminton or whatever sport he or she is doing only because others are doing? Or do you have a plan? One of my closest friends' son plays excellent soccer. Got an opportunity to play for a club in London as a lower secondary student. They went for a month or so. This is the kind of dedication the parent should be showing. And if the child is able to do, another friend of mine, his son has represented Australian Taekwondo, I believe, in international competitions. Getting it? This is possible. So if your child is sports oriented, see that it gets to that level. What happens is, we want a full-fledged thali. Small part of this, small part of that, small part of this, and then we feel that, oh, my child is neither good in sports nor in academics. How? You need to focus on the area.
So a lot of work needs to be done by parents also.
Exactly.
So I think we discussed about the language, sports, music. So that's a variety of schools we have here.
And there are schools, I came to know quite recently, schools who do not allow any devices at all till high school. They do not even go for NAPLAN like exams. They do it based on projects. Carpentry, woolwork. Life skills. And I felt this is probably what my child has missed totally. Because if my child doesn't know how to stitch basic thing, which is, or a cloth which is torn, or cannot change a light bulb, or cannot see what is the basic issue with thing, these are the basic life skills.
That's really interesting to know about the school.
These things have to be there. I'm not saying that you change your style of schooling totally and go for it. No, not required. But what we do is we become even more caring for them because there is no one else in the family to look after. So it is like we do not give them ample amount of responsibilities. I feel somewhere we need to stop that, because if it is going to be a mama's boy or going to be protected every time, someday they are going to face the world. Exactly, because going to the best of the best selective schools and not being able to speak to a stranger in a group of students not from your school is missing life skills.
Absolutely right. No doubt at all.
You can calculate distances of stars. You can calculate the amount of fuel required to reach there. But you are not able to
Life
say
skills.
hello to the next person. Somewhere, devices has taken this away. They chat a lot, whether it is Instagram, whether it is Facebook, whatever. Now, good that the rule has come after 16 years only it is allowed.
Correct.
For social. That's an excellent move by the government.
I think that's
very good take, very good take. But as I said, still the writing or the handwriting skills are still not developed.
Can you explain why that is required, please?
I'll say it is a basic life skill again when it comes to handwriting. Because once you write down your notes, you are actually revising it twice. Because next time you are able to read what you have written, you are in a position to say that, okay, I have done this once, I can do it easily. But if you are writing, again, that research says that is because of the lack of focus span what we have. We see a variety of handwriting nowadays. Back home, we used to feel that why are our teachers making us write in that type like handwriting and stuff like that. But today we understand that if I am writing a note to my mother who is not here, she needs to be able to read it to understand what the child wants or what is the message given by the child. Here, sorry to say, but even the HAC students who are writing their papers with that speed, sometimes as a supervisor, I am worried about the examiner, what they will be able to read,
what they will understand
and what they will be marking.
Correct. Okay.
Somewhere I feel that writing skills should be maintained. At least it should be readable.
Okay.
I'm not expecting someone to write fantastic calligraphic like handwriting and stuff. No, not needed. But it should be neat. It should be seen properly. Another thing in this aspect is understanding the instructions.
Okay.
I used to feel previously that reading or listening is everything and that should help a child. No, comprehending is important.
Okay.
What you are reading, are you able to understand it? Reading a child says, okay, this is a book, I really liked it, I finished it. Okay. Have you read it? Yes, I have read it. Have you understood it? What is that? Okay. Have you got what the story is? Maybe. Sort of. So what we lack as parents out here is the patience to sit with them and try to make them at least say a few lines about what they have read using the same vocabulary which is used in the book. If they speak a native or a different language than English, believe me, 30 seconds in the explanation they go to the mother tongue. No, this book is in English.
So explain in English. At least comprehend and tell what
exactly.
Okay.
And that is where the skill required for reading in OC and selective develops. What my observation has been, all Asian students are fantastic in comprehension till the time straight questions are there.
Okay.
When was he born? 1972. Was he born?
Information.
Yes. Actual or straight given in the passage. The moment it comes, interpretation, analysis, understanding, what do you say, what do you think should be the thing? Reflecting upon it, it goes up. Now, where can this lacune be filled without money? You need to invest in hours. Either you as a parent invest in dollars or you invest in hours. Parent has to decide what they need to do. Even if you invest in dollars, and you are not putting in a single hour, you are still going to be at loss.
You will not know what is happening.
The child is going to 4 tuitions for English. Teacher is trying their best to teach. Child is not able to understand. Reason being, someone needs to sit and go through what the teacher has taught. Because if you are sending the child for the first time to tuitions in year 3, year 4, and you are expecting some skills which are practically based in year 1 and year 2, in those 2 hours, if those are done, the current portion is missed out. So the myth that the study in Australia starts after year 3 onwards should be done away. You need to be a part of your child's academic journey right from the first day of kindy. Why?
Which is going to become very controversial, I know.
Why? Child comes home, what did you do at school? We played. Year 1, child comes home, what did you do at school? We played. Year 2, child comes home, what did you do at school? We played. Neither the child is making effort nor the parent is making effort in getting the stuff out what the child has done, because we are asking questions.
That's it. But it becomes very superficial.
Exactly. So, okay, did you do something with numbers today? You mean maths? Yes, we did. Okay, did you add up something? Did you subtract something? Did you multiply something? We did addition, we did a bit of subtraction. Yes, that's. Did you learn about plants or in few days or something? Where do you get this information? From the PDFs that you receive from the school or stuff. So reading those is also important, so that you are in tune with what is happening.
The curriculum which they give.
Catch a culprit, you have to work at the ground level. Getting it? The generation is getting smart.
Very smart.
If you are not going to be smart, they are going to outsmart you.
So it is not the kids who are learning, the parents have to invest and learn a lot.
Need to do 2 things. One is be ready to unlearn.
Okay.
My parents never were behind me when our study was required. I did it on my own. Fantastic. What was the year? It's fantastic. What is the year now? 2020.
That's the first difference.
Then your parents, even if they were dads specifically, even if they were not knowing what the child is precisely doing, at the corner of eye,
they know.
Yeah, here we don't even have that scope. Okay. Because the child is playing in some other room, doing work, going to sleep. My dad is still working on that. Balance of work life and family life for parents, both, is tremendously important. You, as I said, that is being a part of their life. So if you are missing out on parent teachers meeting, if you are missing out on their special days, every other parent is being able to make it. Getting it? You know, you need to mark your calendar accordingly, and no boss or no employee will say that no, you cannot go. Sorry for that.
I think probably with that note, right? I think probably we'll come to a close. What is that one message which you want to give it to the parents who is watching this? I'll
say be a student, both to the parent as well as the child, because learning never ends.
Okay. I hope who are listening will be able to implement few strategies which we have discussed here.
Definitely.
I think we discussed earlier also. I think this doesn't stop here. I think probably including me, we have to make some effort to discuss the multiple topics. I think as we discussing, I think we wanted to cover about NAPLAN, we want to cover about selective separately, we want to cover about reading the report separately. I think probably we should make it as a recurrence.
I'll ask, rather, I'll request you to ask the viewers what they would like to hear next.
Okay.
Getting it?
That's a great suggestion.
Because, see, I don't want to feed someone with a type of food which they don't like or don't want or is not required. If I am here to help them, I am not supposed to be deciding the topics.
Okay. It comes students or parents.
Exactly. Because just to add a last thing, what actually gets you the best earning in life is never taught in school. Never ever taught in school. Kids of the age of 25s reading books which are developing their personalities, building up their things, are becoming business magnates 20s and 30s. Is it possible with our kids? Obviously, yes.
It is possible.
Then which books do they want to read or they should be reading and understanding? It's a huge topic. I was introduced to these gem of books when I was start of my dental practice, which I probably felt, yaar, if just I would have got this 10 years ago.
How useful it would have been.
You know, it changes the whole perspective. Just for the parents who are listening this interview, I'll ask them to read a very small book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach.
It's a
Fantastic
40-page book.
40-page book, A5 size, not even A4, small size. Just be that seagull.